So the Pixel 4 is right around the corner. And the question I have for you is, should you care? I legitimately don't care. There's not even this much care. I looked for this much care, I couldn't find it. I literally looked, I have a couch right over there, I looked under there, I couldn't find the care. There's some reasons for this, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't get it, but I'll tell you why I just don't care. Right after this!
This is, you listening to Travis.
What up, players? Welcome back, and for all you new people, welcome. My name is Travis, and I do tech videos every single week and have a blast doing them. If that sounds like fun to you, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Anything I talk about will be in the description below, but for now, let's just get into the video. Real quick, I want to let everyone know that I started a podcast with my friend Greg from Greg's Gadgets. I know he's a terrible person, but I kind of like him a little bit. There's a link in the description below. I think we're on pretty much all the podcast platforms. We have fun, so you should probably, click it and put it into your podcast thingy. So the Pixel 4 is almost here. I mean, like right around the corner. The announcement is just in a couple of days. And I gotta be honest, I haven't really been paying too much attention to it because in general, like Pixel phones, we talk about like one thing about them and then, that's it. They come up in conversation when people talk about a great camera. And let's be really clear, it's not really the camera itself that's great, it's the software, it's the processing. Because when people have taken that APK off of that and put it on other phones, all of a sudden the other phones have incredible picture taking and video taking abilities. It's amazing how much different an APK makes. But yes, of course, the Pixel 4 is going to bring even more to the table. Now, for me, the only thing that's even minorly exciting has nothing to do with the camera. As a matter of fact, there's already been leaks of the picture taking ability of the camera versus a Note 10, and it didn't always win. Now, of course, that was pre-release software, but I mean, it should be already better. And if it's not, I don't expect it to change too much between now and release. So if I'm not really that excited about the camera, what am I excited about? Well, I mean, all the other cool software things that they only put on Pixels, like the ability to answer calls for you and like check spam calls and stuff that they announced last year for the Pixel, which is super awesome. It'd be really cool if those were just Android things, but then you really wouldn't have a reason to buy a Pixel. So what's so cool about this year's Pixel? Again, most people are really excited about what the camera's gonna do now with a second lens. And sure, I bet you it's gonna do some pretty cool stuff. But I mean, so what? Like, really, I don't get it, so what? And some of you might be going, well, but you talk about how good cameras are on other phones and that's a big deal. Well, yeah, but those phones are good in other ways as well. And the reality is just because the Pixel will have a great phone doesn't mean it's gonna sell very well. I mean, we proved that last year. In case you didn't know, most people consider the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL's camera the best on the market. They, at the very least, fought with Huawei in some of those nighttime shots, but generally speaking, when people talked about great cameras, they talked about the Pixel. And it sold less than the Pixel 2. So if cameras matter that much, shouldn't they sold more? Which basically means they weren't even really in the race for one of the top 2 or 3 phones that people were talking about last year. I mean, tech people would talk about the Pixel, but go into a store and watch how many people actually bought one. It wasn't that many. And should we lower the bar of expectation for Google just because generally speaking they don't sell well? I mean, no, they're charging, flagship prices. And this year will probably be no different, touching that $1,000 mark for the top end. And they're starting with 64 gigs again. I just can't with that, I can't. But regardless, I just can't get excited. Project Soli. I guess it's gonna do cool things. You're gonna be able to not touch your phone and do things. Oh wait, we already have that with the LG. And we've actually had it years ago with the Note, with the air gestures with the S Pen. So it's not exactly new, but it's using new technology to do it. So what? Oh, but it's got a really secure face unlock. I think I've talked about this before. Just like the Galaxy Note 10 has a more secure fingerprint sensor, if it's slower, I don't care. And the fingerprint sensor on the Galaxy Note 10 is just, it's slower. And people don't care if something is more secure if the time that they need it to be fast, it's not fast, it's just an inconvenience. Most people don't need things to be like a fingerprint sensor or a face scanner to be unsecure. If someone has your phone, they're not gonna get stopped by a facial scanner or a fingerprint scanner. They're either gonna wipe it or they kind of know your passcode to get in. It doesn't matter. So when you go to an average consumer and say, oh, but the face scanner is more secure, you're like, well, my current phone has a face scanner. Yeah, but it's not as secure as, Project Soli's not as good. And people don't really care how things get done. They just want things to get done. And if they're already getting done, telling them that a new version of that same thing isn't exactly exciting, and certainly isn't going to push them to upgrade. And for Google to make any kind of impact, they've got to sell to the average consumer. Now, Google is a great name. People know Google's name. I bet you most people don't know they sell phones. And that's partially because they haven't been in carrier stores up until really this year. They're going to be in all the carrier stores this year. So I know they've been in Best Buy and stuff like that, but I bet if you walked up and just talked to a random person and asked them what phones Google make, they either won't know or they'll get it wrong. So I can't get excited by really any of this. Like, the technology that they're bringing is maybe just a more secure version of a face unlock, or being able to do things that I'll never do once I have the phone. And a camera system that sure might be better, but really if I just wait for the APK to come out, I'll just put that on my note. So where's the excitement? And Lord knows I don't like that forehead looking thing. That thing is ugly. So are you excited for the Pixel 4? Again, maybe they're gonna come out with a software thing during the presentation. It's gonna knock me off my feet and I'm gonna need that phone. I mean, maybe. But even if they convince me, a tech head, someone who likes to have tech all the time, will it be enough to convince the average consumer? If they're not doing it on price, then no. And Google's already proven that. You see, last year, like I said, the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL sold less than the 2 and the 2 XL. However, this year, the Pixel 3a and Pixel 3a XL sold very well for Google, and they learned a very important lesson. People want value. They want it to be less expensive. They don't care about all your things. Your little things. But they will buy a good phone at a good price. So if the Pixel 4 is not a good phone at a good price, we're back to last year again. And maybe Google will continue this cycle year after year until they realize, in my humble opinion, they just need to get out of the flagship market altogether. Just pack your bags. You can do more of the budget stuff. That worked out pretty well for you, but just get. And despite the fact that an Android phone and an iPhone are two completely different kind of experiences, I feel like if Google and Samsung got together and really worked on a super phone, we might actually have a pretty interesting 2020. But what do you think? Tell me in the comments below, do you think that Google should get out of the hardware business? Have they learned anything? Do you care about the Pixel 4? Let me know in the comments below and we'll talk about it. If this video helped you out in any way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if it didn't, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm here every single week, having a blast. Hope to see you again real soon. Peace and love, peace and love.